Hello everyone, we are back with a different kind of video. It's going to be a talking video. We're going to be talking about the concept of ghosts and are they real. And to give you some background, I have always been like the person who's questioned it. You've always you said...
I thought that when I was younger I saw ghosts, so I've always believed in it.
Yeah, so we have a lot of stories, and before we made the Trump House video, I honestly didn't really think that it was possible, but considering what is in this footage, I am really starting to think it's a possibility. Now, I'm going to have the raw video, not like the highly edited, like music playing over it. I'm putting the raw footage like in the background of this so we can watch along together. I'm gonna put down the volume of this so it doesn't really get in the way of the camera. It will a little bit, but we know where the stuff happens.
Yeah.
So this is a group meetup with John Smith, Gabe, and I don't have a secret name. Brian Fetcher. Hello. Let's write that down because we know what's coming. Pretty much, we're starting with this because this is where I really started to think and like reflect on things that have happened to me.
This is like the most convincing evidence we have on video.
Yeah. Here's the thing. This isn't the first time that we went to the Trump House. And I think we even said that when we were in there. Pretty much the first time we went in there, I was walking through the house. I actually had this video, but I lost it. You remember I was filming then. But I didn't know how to do the focusing back then.
This is a cool house.
This actually looks much better than the edited version does. I'm just gonna be honest.
So here's some history behind this. This was actually like a townhome thing. It doesn't look like it, but it was.
I was walking through, and you heard someone yelling from the front of the building.
I think I was the only one that heard
That's what I did last time.
Yeah, and there was no one there. And I was confused. And I didn't really think anything of it. I'm going to turn up the volume because this is about where we're going to get to the part. I'm not going to censor it again. It takes too much work.
Nice attention to detail.
Listen for a second.
Detail. You got all of that. Yeah. This is
I know.
Very cool house. Though.
So you could probably hear
none of us talking.
Yeah, you can hear that in the background. I'm gonna even make it louder there in the clip.
Okay, that's
so you can hear that clearly.
And here's a room that I've been wanting to go into this entire. Well,
I didn't think anything of it for a long time because I thought it was Michael.
I wasn't even in the room at the time.
That was the thing, was I didn't really think about that for a while. I just thought it was him. So.
It sounded more like my voice than anyone else, but I know it didn't talk there.
Yeah. There was that, and you'll see later on. This is something that we questioned right when it happened. Were you even like right next to us when it happened?
I was out the door of the building.
Yeah, and people who think that we faked this, like, shut up. Like, we would have no reason to like go out of our way to.
I refuse.
This has never been a channel that has like concerned with ghosts.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and this has never been a channel to fake things.
Holy.
I'm just kidding, but you know, but this is nothing like something we would normally do because I'm actually like really curious because also the Ponderosa burned down.
What does it say?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Just like last week.
Yeah, and then they something just came up on my camera. I don't know what that was. Oh well.
Where?
In the closet.
Yeah, it caught on fire. And I might even put up a picture.
Nice attention
But
to
they
detail
just tore it
once
down.
again.
I honestly wanted for a while that place to be torn down because last time I went in alone. I went there alone and it was so disgusting. It got worse and worse every time we were there. So you have to imagine how much it like deteriorated over the course of like 20 years.
Yeah, I mean, plus you could tell people go in there to like party or some stuff. There's like bottles everywhere.
The only weird thing that I have heard in that building was hearing voices in there, and there are some very faint voices on the footage, and I might even put some over this, because if you're
Right there.
You probably don't know this, but in the finale of me and Mason's summer series,
I like that picture.
I started it as a dream sequence of me going in there. And so you might be able to hear it over that. But yeah, this house is still there.
I don't even know how long it's been there, but for a while.
It's been there for a while. We think it used to be some kind of like amusement parkish thing.
Hey, there's
the
a
house
tape
doesn't
in
look
here.
like it, look like it when you first look at it, but then if you go in the back, there's a lot of buildings and there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there was like across the street from it, like to the side of it, there's like a demolished site.
Yeah, and you can tell it looks like a.
And there's another.
Is that the ride that looks like? Or is it like a? Which one are you talking about?
What?
Because like if we're looking at the front of the house and you go to the right and there's they're like the parking lot. And then there's a parking lot that also like
and it looks like it was. They used to be like a.
That's actually relatively intact.
I don't know what they call them, but you find like a carnival or fair or something.
Yeah, and there's like very colorful remains there. I filmed it with my old phone a little bit. I could try to find the footage. My camera battery either died or I lost memory because I was only using like a couple 16 gigabyte cards at the time.
That's how you should say.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty cool house.
Hey, look, it's an oven.
It's houses like these where I feel like once you go in it once, there's not much like to get out of it going back.
Check out that oven, guys. Wait, this is a weird outfit.
Yeah, we have a couple other places in mind that we might go to and take pictures. But the thing is, there's a lot of legal trouble that we can get in. Like, driving there isn't a problem, it's just about
finding a place that would not get you in trouble.
Yeah, because like, I could park off in the distance, but even then, it's still risky.
But we've been in a popular area.
I've made this oath, I don't know if you have, but if the mental asylum is they announce it's getting torn down, I'm going in it. Like I don't even care at that point. It's the same thing with I'm gonna make a video soon. Like we're gonna go back to Heritage USA. I actually filmed a video of that on my personal channel. It got over 10,000 views. So I want to redo it because people were really complaining that the quality was like really bad. So yeah, we'll do that at some point.
Look, I found it.
Heritage USA, it's like a nice place to walk around. It's kind of cool to see the history.
It's kind of depressing because like you know what used to be there and you want to see it so bad.
I really wish I would have moved here like a year before I did.
Oh, the castle was still here when you moved.
It was?
Yeah.
It
was torn down like right when I moved in.
Oh, okay.
I know.
But yeah, it's weird because I was gonna say where our high school is, but that's probably not a good idea. Let's just say we live very, very close to it.
Yeah.
Say we definitely live in Georgia.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
It's nice. Georgia's nice.
It is. It's a nice city.
Where is my mind? And that could be the
England is my city.
Yeah,
if you got that, put it in the comments. England is my city.
That's exactly what I just said.
It's kind of funny in the background. It's the bear with the knife.
It makes you wonder, like, the mental state of people who'd, like...
Mutilate a bear and put blood all over it.
Like, you wonder, is it someone just messing around or someone who's, like, legitimately, like...
messed up?
No, I might actually start writing a new album before I get a new amplifier.
Considering the things we saw there, I'm not...
Because I'm starting to, like, really want to write more music.
Yeah, it makes you wonder how much of the stuff that the owner does. So I think the actual owner of the house is who spray painted all that stuff.
Probably, yeah. I think the spray paint was there for the longest. If you go back on Google Maps, it's there for a while.
Yeah, and this video's been blowing up recently. I wouldn't say blowing up, but it's getting more views because I put in the location of it.
Come back here, there's another structure.
And that helps. And I put in, like, the news screenshot because it was on the news at one point.
There's a bunch of trails.
Yeah, there is stuff behind it. And we're coming up to the second thing that I'm really... I've been questioning a lot. You'll understand once it comes to it, and you probably noticed it if you saw the video. Yeah, imagine if that collapsed when you were under it.
Terrible.
I don't understand. Did we go in here the first time we went?
I don't think we went.
Because I remember I was like shocked when I saw it, like this time.
That's not feel safe though.
Yeah, I was wearing a Mega Man shirt when I went in there. And it already happened. I saw my foot go down. You'll hear it because the video will actually have sound. But it was like a and like, I'm always the kind of person that tries to think of a scientific explanation for it. You'd probably guess if I'm religious or not because of that. But,
look in here.
Yeah.
There's an upstairs?
But, I don't have any explanation for the double knocks.
I mean, I could understand, like, if you, stepped on it, like, something could have bounced back up, or, like, a wood or plank.
But it was, like...
Look at this. This is so cool.
And that's the thing that, like, I'm just...
I didn't hear it, so I don't really know.
You don't know what it sounds like?
I wasn't there.
It's a nice looking...
Cool
I mean,
it's
obviously not nice looking, but it's... appealing to urban explorers, I think.
You should totally take a picture of me. Let's try to take the same picture we did.
Kind of interesting when you had to walk over the, like...
What do you mean?
We both stepped on nails.
I didn't step on it, but...
Oh, no, me and Gabe did.
Of Tarantula.
You did get lucky.
Okay, hold up 1 second.
I like that picture.
I think it should be. Handing back the camera to Will.
Behind the scenes,
Yeah,
possibly. We don't know for sure if this is going to be...
Trying to think. I don't think anything else really weird happened in this video.
Did you like go through and check these videos?
Ah, that was weird.
Vaguely. I didn't really find anything else that was really weird about them.
Why did I point out that they were porcelain?
Oh no. That's an upstairs.
We've only been in
What?
2 abandoned buildings in videos. Like, I've been to the asylum, obviously, but I didn't go in it. I probably should have, like, but I wasn't. We were in Colombia for a different reason, and that just happened to be there. So, you know.
Once you get past here, it's fine.
I think I made it up all the way.
What?
It was Gabe who stepped on a nail on the way up. Oh yeah, you can probably hear when I did in the video later on because I screamed something.
Does that actually go up, like, on the ground?
No, everything around the stairs are completely...
No, I was saying, like, it looks like it was, like, the what you're in before, the basement.
This is the spot.
Picture you took.
5?
No, it wasn't.
I think it's like 6.
Oh.
Farther?
Nah.
Something... Oh yeah, we also went into the office
The floor
building.
will fall if we step on that.
There is something weird about that office building. You weren't with us. This was in Colombia,
If you do fall
too.
down the stairs, you need something.
First of all, we did have the police calling on us. That was pretty cool. We got away, though.
I know, there's something like you. It hurts.
Yeah. It was a pretty massive building, but when we got there, we heard voices coming from inside. Oh,
Did you get a video?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I got a video of us reacting to
What
it.
is that? It hurts.
I might play that over this as this is going, but
Does it feel like a pokey feeling in your foot?
it's really weird going to abandoned places because, like I said, I've never been the kind of person to really think or care about the paranormal.
Yeah. Hey, there's
But
a TV.
things like what we're pointing out right now really do have me like thinking.
Ow.
I don't really think too much
It
of
looked like
like
you
the
just stepped on
knocking
hoverboard.
part
It
as
was
much as I think about the
Like the voice.
The voice.
I feel
That
like
one
I'm-
I can.
I do too.
I feel like if I thought hard enough, I could probably figure out something.
I don't have
Anyway,
that broke.
we
Yo, you think I can sit on that?
did
on this?
Sit on them.
have some trouble getting over this.
That was fun.
Yeah, at one point you can actually see the nail in his.
It's over there.
I think I even zoomed in on it when it like panned over to it too.
Where?
There's another weird plug over here.
Oh,
And see,
What
I
is
think
it?
I'm gonna get into also if we want to keep exploring abandoned places because it's not like there's a small amount of them where we live. There's a decent amount, but the problem is that I feel like we've been a little more concerned about legal stuff lately
Yeah.
because we used to go. Yeah,
Oh, did I step on something?
I don't know. When we were,
Really cool place. It looks so cool and eerie in here.
you would obviously know this if you know about the Brian Fetcher and John Smith stuff, but
saw.
we were technically
Yeah, we
trespassing in
almost
those
saw
houses when we were reviewing them.
Yeah, none of us thought about that at
There's
the
the
time.
staircase, but
That's the thing. Is like you think if you could,
Yeah.
if you could get away getting in this house in front of a busy street where cops patrol,
I
And
love this
nobody
place.
cared. I mean, honestly, I think it's just like a.
This is a garage or something.
They just kind of stopped caring about the house in general.
Yeah, and considering if you're having cameras, then they're gonna be less likely to really care. Now, if you're holding a big backpack full of stuff, then that's a little suspicious.
That might get some.
This looks like a parts like a motor.
Maybe a few cops stopping.
That's a pulley.
Yeah.
A pulley?
Yeah, which I mean,
But
what is this? So
yeah, abandoned buildings, like I'd say we used to be pretty obsessed with them.
I'm taking
I
this.
still think they're really cool.
I still think they're really cool, but like I'm nowhere near at the same obsession level that I was. I just realized how much taller you look than me in
I can feel
this.
the asbestos inside me. Hey, look out here.
What?
What's this
Oh,
that's
are you looking at
structured
the
next to this?
screen over there?
Yeah.
How tall are you?
What?
Like highlights.
Oh, that's where we parked, isn't it?
Oh no, I just know I'm a tiny bit taller than you. Just a tiny bit taller than you.
I'm like
You want one?
Didn't we go through all the
So
rooms?
yeah, I haven't been to the
Didn't we go through all the
doctor or
rooms?
like
The Trump house.
done a eye
this
test
one,
in
didn't we?
years.
Yeah, this one's done. That's the one where we can't get through.
Yeah, I mean, all this stuff is pretty like
This is like an abandoned warehouse thing.
strange, but like you know, like on Google Earth, I've pinned a whole bunch of places.
A couple of you.
Ow!
A couple of you.
Nothing.
Michael, you coming?
It makes you wonder. Like, I've been
Where?
The thing is, like, I want to go to these
Oh, it's
places,
glass.
That's cool.
but like, I feel like I would enjoy it getting there, but just like, it's kind of a process just getting to these places, and sometimes that alone almost doesn't seem worth it because it can be really hard and stressful to get into places.
I know. Hey,
Because
there's
even though
something
you
else over here.
get
What the
like,
heck?
part of the reason why you go into abandoned places is that you
Look,
get a
there's
certain
house, like a
vibe
small one.
that you don't get anywhere else.
It's like a feeling
No,
that you like.
it's completely run down.
I think it's kind of cool.
I love the feeling, but it comes along with a very stressful,
No,
panicky,
this,
like,
look.
what if someone catches me in here sort of feeling.
There's so much abandoned
Especially
stuff
when you're
down here, it's
alone in a
insane.
place.
Even though a lot of people don't really care, you still.
It's just this subconscious, like, what
Ow!
if someone's gonna find me. But like you said, it's very unlikely that someone would. And most of the time, I think cops would probably give you just a warning if they even did find you.
Like, what we've done so far, we've always been like with your mom, and I don't think that they would care.
What is
I don't think they would
this?
care much at all if they saw it.
Yeah, that's
What?
the thing. Because I mean, I think I've driven for every video we've done, like abandoned video wise. Because I had the bright idea of driving nearly 2 hours to the asylum.
Hey, Ma.
That was interesting.
I'm kind of drawn to that.
Yeah, I'm
Someone
sure
really
I'll
found
go
2
again
more
eventually.
abandoned buildings.
I actually don't really
Well,
remember
this
this
is
building.
relatively large.
Well,
That hit me in the head.
Did it?
Yeah,
Was-
it fell and hit me in the
was
head.
building.
When?
Like just now.
It
Did
was
you
just
hear me say
overall
ow?
a very
That's
strange
what it was.
property.
It's not like from the street. It just looks like someone just kind of gave up all hope on the house.
Yeah, that's not
But
close.
if you
for
go
sure.
back in, it's like a bunch of like little buildings. and
There's a
stuff.
ball.
Yeah, it's kind of like we want to go to this
different ball.
recreational park that's like 40 minutes
Yeah.
away.
It looks really cool.
It does, and it's in the middle of the woods, so
And people you can find pictures of that place like all over the internet.
yeah, I
I
don't
just love
think
getting
that
thorns in
they're
your feet.
trying to keep people out of it. There's a couple mills that I want to stop by at some point, but most of them are fenced, so you'd have to climb over and like,
Something
oh, that's when I stepped on
penetrated my
something
foot.
and yelled out or something. I might have been there. But yeah, overall, as far as these videos go, it does make you think, and it kind of makes going to abandoned places more thrilling.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I
Is
mean,
there
like, I
any
haven't
more
been in
abandoned
one in a
stuff?
long
There's so
time.
much here.
There really
What was
is.
the last one?
Last time was when I went alone in the Ponderosa.
Yeah.
Or at least
Last time you went was
What's
probably
this?
when we
What's
went to
this?
the Trump house.
sign. No sign.
Probably.
Yeah,
That
this used to be
was
some kind of
like
store.
It's definitely.
October of last
Store?
year,
Looks like fake
I
blood running
think.
down there.
Or just like a
Um,
random war off it.
Yeah, probably.
Oh yeah, then this stuff.
Wait a minute, that's a That's the logo. For
That looks like
Mustang.
Yeah, it does.
Ram.
Oh, that's not a
I
ram.
had to have been there for years.
It's telling you it's okay to
Like,
be bi.
Considering that that stuff's completely like falling in on itself.
Oh, yeah,
I'm thinking like
out here.
50s, 60s maybe.
I don't know if it was that old.
Not
This
that
stuff
old.
doesn't look that old. Like, just what it looks like. It didn't like they wouldn't have that all that kind
Yeah,
of stuff.
we
back
found
then.
so many
Yeah.
new structures.
Wait, hold on. What is it?
The house definitely doesn't look like a that old of a house.
Yeah, what is it?
Yeah. It's just
That
in
looks like a
such bad
microwave.
shape, you know. Is that razor wire?
Pick it up. It's wrong.
It might have been.
There's more?
There's no way there's.
Can I gay tickets up here?
Ew.
What?
Sounds about right.
When did you find that bingo machine?
On top one of the demolished houses.
He still has that sitting in the room.
That's technically theft. Now that that's out of the way. You said you had some personal experiences?
It was a long time ago, and I was also kind of young, but like when I was younger, I couldn't sleep. Like we lived on a it was property we bought from a farmer because it's Rolling Prairie, Indiana. Nobody knows where that is.
Yeah.
It's a country. It's pretty much a farm town. Everywhere is cornfield, so we bought property from a farmer and built a house there. But then one night I thought I couldn't sleep, so I'd wake up and I saw like a glow coming from the hallway. And I'm not sure if this is me dreaming or not, but I've remembered this through years.
I hate that sometimes where like you can't tell if you're dreaming or not.
It didn't feel like a dream because I do have vivid memories of dreams I had
Yeah.
back then at that house. But then after I saw the glow, I tried to go back to sleep. I like turned around, faced the wall. But then I woke back up again and I thought I saw a face on the other side of the room, like coming through the wall.
That shit is terrifying.
I didn't sleep well that night. But after that I like closed my eyes and the light was gone and
Yeah. The only things that, like, I have had, and it's hard for me to really, like, explain things that aren't on video because I have, issues with paranoia, and if they're bad enough, you can, like, have auditory hallucinations. So, a few years ago, I had, like, really bad paranoia about someone breaking into my house. Something that did happen recently, and I know actually did happen, because my dog reacted to it also.
oh.
You remember I texted you, and were you kind of, like, confused when I originally
Yeah.
texted you? I heard my doorbell ring, and I went over to answer it, and I texted him and was like, that was you, right?
I was like sitting in my room or something, like painting or something.
Yeah, and then, like, I was like, what? Then I heard my door. Here's the thing, like, you know how you have garage doors, and there's, like, a door inside the garage that leads to your house? I heard the doorknob jing, like turn.
Does that door have a lock on it?
Yeah, I coincidentally locked it right before that happened. Because I had heard him just like, I don't want someone to be scouting the house out. And the thing is, the reason why I'm so confused about this is that I never heard anyone leave. And I was standing over there for a while, and no one ever opened the garage and just left. So, and the thing is, I don't really think if haunted things exist that my house would be. It's a very new house.
I remember like the people that lived in it before you, they got it when it was like built. It was a model house.
Yeah.
And it was just used by the the public for them to walk in and stuff. So
Yeah.
it was not that long ago that it was built.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, the thing is with Gabe,
He has really bad paranoia.
me and him both have bad paranoia, but in different ways and over different things.
I feel like his mind makes stuff up sometimes.
Yeah. He apparently the entirety from when he lived in his old house, he said that he had a lot of weird experiences, and then after he left, he found out someone had committed suicide there.
The room right across from him, that's the room that he always like worried about.
And that's the thing that makes you really think, like, it makes you kind of fear death less. It's like, hey, there's something. There's something.
Kind of a weird thing to think about.
Yeah. Oh, it's the 7th, by the way.
Yeah, 7/7/17.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This is like my day, man. Like.
Yeah. Have you had anything else that's like weird?
My memory's kind of crappy, but this was somewhat recently, I think. My parents were gone for whatever thing. They're like going to a friend's house or something. I knew they just left. I knew they were not going to be back for a while. My brother was asleep. And, I know that when they come back in the house, they'll always go through the, garage door because it's easier to get into. They've got, like the code and stuff because they don't carry a key with them.
Yeah.
But, when I was, this might have been like midnight or something, and I heard the door open, the front door open, and I knew that was locked, and I knew my parents never have a key. I had the key, like, downstairs with me when I was down there. So I heard the door open, and I locked the door, and that's really all that I remember doing.
Did you ask them about it?
I did, and they didn't know what it was.
And they said that they came in through the garage?
They came in through the garage.
Kyle wouldn't have snuck out.
No, he never does. I knew he was asleep because he falls asleep as soon as he hits the pillow almost every night.
Yeah, that kind of thing is really strange, and it makes more sense if there's been history in a house.
But we live in a neighborhood that's new.
Yeah, like all the houses in this neighborhood are new. Like I have like the oldest house.
This actually is when the first house was built, and it's
this 2008.
Yeah,
it's not an old house. They're still developing in our neighborhood, and that's how we used to film so many house reviews. You still could, but
I think they used to not care, but now they do because there was teenagers that would go in and I don't know what they stole, but they said that there were people stealing stuff in the model houses. So they started locking the doors, but I don't know what they would have stolen. They're mostly empty.
Aside from like really cheap Walmart furniture.
Yeah, they have, I guess, and sometimes they've got fake TVs.
Yeah, and sometimes they have 80-inch flat screen HD TVs.
Yeah, those are really nice, but nobody ever stole that. I mean,
it'd be kind of hard to, I would think. They're pinned to the wall.
They do have cameras in some of the houses too, so.
And they didn't always, I don't think.
Not always.
Because the thing is, we used to know one of the realtors. Well, he's not one anymore, but...
He's a therapist now.
Yeah, I tried to find him and see where he works at, but I couldn't find him.
I'd love to go to his business and just, hey, I need help.
I was looking at a list of therapists, and I actually did find a former therapist that I had who I absolutely hated. Apparently schizophrenia was in his history. Not too surprising. Hate to say it, but well, I lost my train of thought completely.
What are you talking about?
It was about Charlie and like the houses and stuff. But yeah, now that he doesn't work there anymore, they're being much more like
I think that
extreme.
When he was there, he just kind of let us do things.
Because like I would comment on houses that were newly built, like that white one. Like I was like, that's a nice looking house on the inside. He's just like, yeah, I just sold that one. Just like he didn't care.
And he would have let us do whatever we wanted to as long as we didn't mess anything up.
Yeah, and he knew he wouldn't. And like I don't think we ever messed up a house.
We never did anything to. We just walked in and we even took our shoes off most of the time to make sure we didn't track anything.
The worst thing we've ever done is ride a hoverboard. But that's not really if there were ever marks, I would always like get them off.
You wiped everything down.
So But yeah, we're probably not going back into houses. It's just not worth it. I'd rather go into abandoned places. And that gets into... The thing is that it's getting later in the summer. And, that's not to say that there isn't still, time to do things, but, you have band camp.
I have got a week until that starts.
Yeah. And that's, all the time.
Then that lasts until, December.
Yeah.
Especially this year with Macy's. So.
Oh, yeah. Is it on weekends?
Not normally. Only, competitions occasionally. Maybe once in a while as Saturday practice.
This next week we should try to go to some place.
Yeah.
Or, spend a day just hitting up random.
That'd be fun. I know sometime next week, it'd be a good place to go look at stuff.
Yeah, there's, this massive abandoned office building. It's completely smothered in no trespassing signs.
It's a big building. And they have a lot of room for signs.
Yeah.
And they use that room.
There is this massive abandoned, like, mall right next to it. Like, that entire street. Like, it's on, like, off of a highway. It's completely abandoned. Like, that entire street, pretty much, it is.
And it has doors open you can see visually.
Yeah, not at the bottom, like, on the top. Oh, yeah, in the back of the mall.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd probably take an Uber. Like, if I'm like, seriously, because if you did get found, I wouldn't want my car towed. Like, that would really, really suck.
Yeah.
Just easier if they were overall. But I guess sometimes you maybe expect to see a couple abandoned things. Just know that, like, if you watch big YouTubers who do things like this, you should respect them.
You don't think about it, but really this is like...
It's one of the most dangerous kinds of videos to make.
It's an abandoned building. These could, like, hurt you, or there's someone that could, like, catch you.
Yeah, I mean, you see, like, I don't hate exploring with Josh, and he's, like, the most popular guy who does it, but he really does make it look like this over-sensationalized, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you've seen his videos before. He makes it look like this really, like, life is peachy, we're going to an abandoned building, it's so great. It's so much different than you think it is. Like, I think that's the problem, is people don't understand. It is so risky to go into these places. I'm sure it's easier when it's your job. But I don't know if you've been keeping up, but, like, mostly everyone in the exploring crew has been quitting recently in the span of, like, a week. And they say it's because they haven't been getting much creative freedom, but I think it's more than that. Because it is a very stressful job, I would think. Considering, like, it was different when I was, like, obsessed with this stuff, because I used to be completely obsessed with abandoned buildings. And, like, I wouldn't think about people finding us, because I didn't think it was possible at the time. But then after going to the asylum and the office building, it kind of woke me up to it. But yeah, I'm not sure how long we've been going for.
I'm not sure. It feels like, I think it's been a while. It's 12:06.
I'm not sure when we started.
I have no idea.
But I guess we just talked about, as a recap, we talked about the Trump House, are ghosts real, and future abandoned videos. Quite jam-packed. So yeah, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more, I guess. Au revoir.